So that's the wheel liner. You got a bunch of clips. You gotta take both of them off. They're riveted together, so there's no way you're gonna get them off independent of one another, we have found. And once it's off, inside there you can see there's the two lower bolts on the door and on the frame. We realized after we took it out, there's a little foam piece.
All right.
It was sitting right inside here, and that's out now. 13, you said?
Yep.
For the back bolts there, bring it back out. Ratcheting wrench, or ratcheting end wrench is what you're going to want to use because there's no way to get anything else in there very easily. And you may have to do the whole putty wrench deal to get it tight or loose. We learned since we have a lift, we should probably use the lift so we're not on our knees or sitting in a chair to get at it, so it's a little easier to access.
Okay. Yeah, it's still awkward.
It's going to be, you're sticking a hand in the fender. Keep the door panel aligned as well, because the latch in the back is holding it right there, as well as the door hinge that's up front on the top, so theoretically it should stay in place. Bolts are out, nuts are off, now we just have to get it out of there.
It's got a little bit of a bind against the side.
There's a little bit of plastic, it looks like, right here that's stopping it, but I think we can rotate it out. There we go. Easy enough.
Ew.
This one was the one making the noise. I had tried white lithium grease on it and just didn't work. And I obviously overcoated it intentionally to try and get that pop out. This is the old versus the new. The new one's been freshly painted too, so it looks a little better. But yeah, pretty nasty. I think it went this way. It only goes one way, so we could do it wrong. Alright, we're in. We're sideways. Gotta get it on the studs. Top stud's in, bottom stud's in. Hey, look at that.
This is too easy.
And it's about how it set before. There's little dimples right there, and that looks the same as what it was coming out. Obviously, any play here is going to be a problem when you open the door. Anti-seize is always good, so if this ever happens again, we might need it. So we're going to put a little bit on the studs there and some on the bolts before we put them in. Okay. Just a little. Just a touch.
Less is more. Just enough that maybe a tiny bit gets on the threads, right?
That.
Do you want to use the socket to put that in? Or your
hand's probably easier. Now, hand fitting in hole, that's an entirely different story. There we go. Just can't do it through the camera.
Yeah, if you let me use the camera, we do that.
Yeah, but I can point.
It's true.
Where's the other one?
Oh.
Careful, because if it goes back there, you're done.
Did you get it?
Okay, so carefully this time. On the bottom one.
Don't fuck it up.
Okay, that's better. So we're going to go ahead and tighten those down. Alright, so I've gotten finger tight on those. These little guys right here give me a good indicator of where it was before. They were pretty much exactly there. I'm going to try and center them up maybe a little bit, even though it might screw up the alignment of the door. But who knows? We're going to find out. Again, careful getting that on. Don't want it to go down in the hole.
You could look up the torque specs.
Could look up the torque spec, but that'd be too easy. I got those pretty tight.
Yeah, I'm just giving them another quarter turn.
Just to be sure. Come on. Okay, there we go. Alright, things you shouldn't do with a wrench.
I mean...
But it gets it tight. And we had to do that to get it off. Go for the top one.
What type of science is that? Guesstimation.
Sure. Feels
That's
about
good.
right science.
Yeah, I'd leave it there. Okay. Time to test it.
So, let's find out. Will it open?
Crunch at all?
No crunchy. Do it one more time. Just want to see inside. Yeah, it looks like it's going to make it. Back together. Now we'll lower it down. We still have 3 clips to do in the back because when it was lifted up, it wouldn't quite let us do them, but with the wheel on, we can still do it. Doesn't look like we broke it. Moment of truth, but I've already done it, so I know it works. Now, there is no more popping and cracking from that door hinge.